Hello and welcome to a special edition of Driftless Area Outdoors. Currently in the workshop. Got myself a little project. We're going to do an unboxing, see what we bought. Then I'm going to install it, hopefully use it tonight. And we'll do a full review at that point. But what I got here, folks, you can see by the name, it's a Weber diesel heater. We're going to install this in the motorhome eventually, but for the winter we're going to use it in the truck camper. I don't like the condensation of the Mr. Buddy heaters, getting the windows all frosted up in the inside, so this is my solution. Come on along, let's unbox this thing and see what we got. First of all, I got to say that I'm pretty happy how it came. The box is in excellent condition. Weber is a China-made company, but it actually came shipped out of California, which helps. All right, you can see here, that's the unit. This is an all-in-one unit, so we'll get it out. Styrofoam off. Now, and here it is. So this is going to be this is actually a silencer. Everybody thinks it's an air filter. It's not. There's no air filter. This is a silencer. As far as an air filter, I have a pre-filter I think I'll put over it if I need to. But the front, you got a remote, your digital display, a back where you hook up your 12 volt, and that's the heater. All right, let's see what else is in the box. All right, so this is going to be my discharge. It'll go on here, hopefully up into my truck. An exhaust. This will go on underneath. You can see there's an intake and exhaust. This is the fuel line. It does come with a muffler. There's two different types of mufflers. This is the better one. Small clamp in there, little clampulator, so you can run the muffler out and actually clamp it. This is actually a bonus. It didn't say it was going to come with this, but other people have told me that they've got one with this. This will go on the end of the exhaust, hopefully mounted inside the truck camper or inside the motorhome to actually direct heat. The intake tube is inside of that tube, but it does have an intake. So you'll have an intake and an exhaust. The exhaust, I believe they want running out this way. The intake could run up here. I may actually even drill a hole in here and have it come through. We'll figure that out. Box of accessories. We got clampulators and some fasteners and a pretty decent book. A lot of people say they get these, they don't have nothing. Well, we've got what we got. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this thing set up. We're going to bench test it, and then we'll go from there. So let me get some diesel fuel. Let me get this thing plumbed so we can at least bench test this before we start to mount it. Let's see what we got. All right, so we've got this taken apart a little bit. Let's see the old innards, if you would. Got the controller off, and basically I'm going to lengthen this out so I can have this inside the truck. And then here you've got just the fuel tank goes into the pump. This is a pulsating pump, and at the lowest it'll be 1.6 hertz, which translation at 1.5, call it, every pumps every second. And it'll pump diesel fuel up and around, goes in the bottom of this burner, and all this is a burner there's a fan back here. It's going to suck in air, blow the air across the burner, and blow hot air out. That's all it is. I mean, I guess it's going to come in from this side, come out this side, and that's all there is to it. Everybody makes more of this of what it is. It's a nice fused link. That's a 20 amp fuse. I've been told to possibly up that to 25. This is your pulsating pump. It'll just tell it how often to click. The higher the hertz, the more often this will click per second. This will click up to 5 times, actually 5.5 times per second, which it puts out 0.02 milliliters of diesel fuel per pump. Now 0.02, you think, geez, you know, is this little tank gonna, you'll suck this dry in no time. 0.02 milliliters would take this over 2,000 times to fill a tablespoon. Okay, it gets 200 times to fill a teaspoon or something like that. I mean, so we're talking a very minute amount of diesel fuel. So don't think, they say this little tank here, which is just a gallon, you can run almost 24 hours on. So then this is the plug-in for the digital readout. Again, I'm gonna splice this, make it longer. I'm gonna go get a few supplies that I need in order to mount this. I did get some more accessories, and I guess I can walk over and show these to you. And that is mainly for the motorhome. We've got a couple more pipelators, a nice T, some decent clamps. But what I did buy is a power source to power my unit on, to go to a battery, and then possibly to hook up like to the truck battery, and then I can run this to the truck battery, or I'm going to run this to just a shoreline battery. They recommend a deep cycle, and then this is an extension, so I can go from the length of the truck battery all the way back into the coach part of it, or the motorhome. So there you have it. Hang with me. There's the cover. First of all, I got to say, I think this is very well built. For what we got right now so far, I think it's pretty well built. I'm going to go take this pipelators to the Hardmore store and see if I can't get a elbow that's going to retrofit into my truck. Then we're going to get this mounted. I'll show you what it looks like once we get things mounted up. First, we're going to bench test it, but in order to bench test it, I've got to get some diesel. I may as well go to the Hardmore store, get all that running done, and we'll set this up. We'll do a little test, and if everything tests out, we'll get this mounted. Stick around. I know it's a little special edition. We're just going to blow through this real quick, give everybody a kind of a tutorial on how we're doing this. Here's the wire I'm going to use to extend this. It's a 3-wire system, and of course I have red and black. This comes with red, black, and blue. So I'm going to go get some blue wire, if not blue, another color. And I got plenty of heat shrink, plenty of this sheath to put it in. Should be good to go. We'll get that done. We'll bring you back in. Go. All right, welcome back. Here's what we got. We got everything set up. Look at that, we're starting to get some exhaust. I do have the controller extended, so I'm going to be able to use that in my truck for now. This actually even comes with a remote. I believe I can turn this up and down with the remote. We're going to see if any heat starts coming out of here. See that? See that smoke coming out of there? We want to make sure that's down and not up. So I got to turn that. And that's if there's any moisture in there, it'll leak out of that. That hole is there for a reason. I've got it upside backwards. which I will flip that before mounting. I just want to see if this thing actually starts blowing heat. But it was pretty simple. Splice in these, added some power to it, filled it up with diesel, and there is a really nice, you can see right there, I'll move my water bottle so you can see the level of the diesel. Anyway, it's heating up. That's good hot exhaust. It's actually a little warm to put your hand there. It's just starting to heat up. Guys, I think we got something to work with here. It's time to get this installed. I'll show you what it looks like once I get it installed. But it's heating up. You can hear it ticking up, getting louder and louder. Fuel's getting in the burner. It's getting ready to take off. Now it starts at 3 every time. I've got it down to H1 right now, but I can go up to H2, H3 just with the remote. I'll just leave it down on 1. But that's good hot air. It's heating up, it's working. Pretty well built unit. I mean, pretty happy with it. All in all, I mean, the fit to finish is easy to hook up the exhaust. I don't know, but we're gonna mount this inside the truck for the thermostat, and then I'm gonna have to figure out how to get, that's the last thing I need to do, is this wiring harness down through the box, because this is gonna sit on the ground underneath my truck, which I've already got a way figured out. You just got to go ahead and take this back off and do it. But I'm gonna get this hooked up. I'll show you what I did. Next time we'll be in the truck. We'll see if it works. Stick around. Thanks. All right, guys, well, I'm back. Installation is complete. Might need a little tweaking, but here's what I've done so far. Don't be afraid to give me any comments, and let me know what you think. Let me know what you do different. Let's do the inside first, and then I'll show you what I did underneath, and then we'll put it together and test fire it and see if it works. All right, so first of all, let me turn you around here. Let me get you right into the teeth of the situation. I gotta vacuum this up yet, but it's where we put our vent. Hose goes out in between the box sides, the inner box side and the outer box side, and goes straight down. I've mounted the control panel there. My added wires go down through the corner of the box where I separated it. Actually, Mother Nature did that for me with a little bit form of rust. Almost 200,000 miles on this rig. You're going to see a lot of rust underneath. Some of you folks would never dream of driving a vehicle like that. But right now it's 32 degrees outside, 35 inside there. So keep that in mind. We'll see if it warms up any once we hook this up. Now, since up here I have the vent going in somewhere along in there, I didn't want to have that open while I'm driving down the road. I didn't want air coming in, salt, slush, whatnot. So what I done is I took, I'm gonna get you in here, hopefully we got enough light. Right up in here is where it goes into the box side. It comes down. I've got this adapter on here, and I can plug this off. I have it wired up. Now, all I have to do is set you down here. Just undo this one. It's just gonna unscrew. Yeah, it sounds like a Charlie in the Box from the Land of Misfit Toys, that clamp does. Now you got your hoselator from your heater. Screw that together. With any luck, I don't see this getting that hot. I mean, it gets hot, yeah, it's 200 and some degrees, but this PVC is meant to withstand a lot more heat than that. So, really not too concerned about it. I ain't concerned about getting my fat hands up here and getting this done, though. It's starting to get a little chilly down here. Laying on where the concrete where it got wet. See, and this pivots. I don't know if you guys can see that. Well, help me. Did it come with directions? Right, tight, left, loose. Have I already worked on this? All the rust. All right, so it's all hooked up. The one thing I didn't tell you that I think it's pretty important that you do, we got to open that up just a little bit and let it vent. All right. I got my exhaust turned. Remember that hole was up? Well, the hole's not there anymore. It's down. And actually I could move this just a little. I did put it on legs as well. That's just a personal preference. I don't think it really is gonna matter. Well, let's go in, see if it fires up. Guess we can close the door. Now I do have this thing will pull like 15 to 25 amps on startup. So the reason I have that little charger, and it's not the most powerful charger in the world, but the reason I have it is because I just want to have a little bit of recovery after that initial draw. This thing hardly uses any power at all once it's running. So now let's go up here. We'll hold the on button. Again, it starts out at H3. Glow plug is that little red on the LED screen. The fan that's actually moving air. And I can feel air coming through there. But it's windy out, guys. There's 15, 20 mile an hour wind today. Give you an idea. There's a thermometer. Get zoomed in on that there. Get it right in your grill. Oh, it's 32 outside, 35 in here. We'll see if it actually will heat this up. I do have a carbon monoxide detector. I guess I got a couple of friends that think maybe I should stick around, so we'll keep an eye on the carbon monoxide so we don't get sick. But I'm going to bring you back when this starts to fire, and we'll see if we got any heat. All right, guys, it's been about 3 or 4 minutes, and now this is showing that it's no longer glowing. You can hardly hear it ticking, but it's bringing the heat. And this vent, it's bringing out extremely warm heat. This is a pretty small space. I can't imagine it not heating up pretty quickly. Looks like we're up at 35.4 in here, and like I said, it just started throwing heat, so it's going to be a minute or two before you really start seeing the temperature changing. But I don't know. Tell me what you think of my little setup. Now to shut this off, I can hit it, and I also have the remote, which is kind of a nice feature, because if I'm laying in bed and I want to turn it up or down, I can do that once I get my hands on the remote. But I'm going to get the vacuum cleaner, vacuum all this up, and I can turn it down to 1, which is probably all I'll need. See, it says it's 4 degrees Celsius outside, or in here right now, but that'll go up as, you know, as we go. And pretty easy to do the conversion, because all I got to do is look over there. It's already at 36. I got that down to low. It's slowed down. It's just going to keep pumping that out. I bet I can get it 60, 70 degrees in here. Maybe I'll do a follow-up tonight for this video, but otherwise I think I'm going to close it out here, guys. Chinese diesel heater. This was a 5-watt. They make a 2-watt, which is probably enough for here. But with the space I have in my motorhome, I'm going to do an installation on that so I can take this over and hook it up to that. You know, I can put it in my ice shanty, you know, have it sitting outside of my ice shanty, and that hose that you've seen that I connected, have it screwed to another vent that's inside. Easy peasy. So that's got a few different uses. Hey, just want to let everybody know it's Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to everybody out there, especially all you veterans, past and present. Thanks for everything you did, everything you do, and everything you will do. Remember, the Till Valhalla Project, 22 veterans a day commit suicide. Let's end suicide. Let's end the veteran suicide. Help out the Till Valhalla Project. We could use your help. For Jim, Driftless Area Outdoors, and the Chinese diesel heater, I'm going to call it a success, guys. It's toasty in here. We'll see you next time.